Hello everyone, Bobo the Vulture here, and tell you what, Extreme Warfare Revenge, not my most popular series, but probably has the most dedicated following, if that makes any sense. This is the one I hear the most about when it goes away. The most vocal fan base? I don't know. Whatever the wording you want to use, it's all here. Let's see, so Enigma announced a match between the Sexton Onyx match. I don't know that he's actually... Yeah, Fisticuff Royale, look at that. 81% rating. Their main event was 86%. The only trainer, and that's the right amount of trainers for a camp this size and better facilities. Prove our ability to train students. Well, we'll see whether or not I start having enough money to throw around to make that happen. To make that dream come true. Also, remember our public image is at 57%. If we lose public image after this show, we will know I'm not investing enough in advertising. Also, our ratings are great for this network, so that ain't the problem. We could always try and get another TV show. Few other shows. Heat is on Sunday. SMWR is on Friday on the graveyard shift. That's interesting. SmackDown was still on Thursdays at this time. NWAW is on America 1 in prime time on Sundays. Surprisingly, not a lot going on. So you got a Tuesday show, you'll always have a Monday show. There's a Tuesday show, Wednesday show. I also have a Tuesday show, but yeah, Wednesday show. SmackDown is on Thursday. Not a lot going on Fridays. Use your update your vest protection, why don't you? I'll get to that. Maybe some other time, huh? Anyways, let's go back. Let's go ahead and start the next day's worth of shows, huh? Also, Dr. versus Jerelle Clark is at 9 matches now. Keep letting the feud be even. Nice, evenly balanced feud. Also, nice, evenly balanced feud. Mox family would lose popularity if they lost the feud at this stage. I'm going to make them win the feud in the end, so don't worry, everyone. Let's go ahead and start this off with a one-on-one match. Singles. This time it's going to be Cedric Strong versus Robbie Moxley. There's no title on the line. The match will go to Cedric Strong. And it will be because Roderick comes in. And then let's have Louis Moxley come and do the run-in for the save. And this will be another way that this feud can keep on running. Keep on running. That's the way it's going to run, folks. could have a Black Dragon versus Matt Classic match. Yeah, as our sub main. Let's do that actually. 1 versus 1 singles Black Dragon versus Matt Classic. Hi, I'm Matt, Matt Classic. There's no title on the line because none of them have one. This victory will go to Black Dragon. Black Dragon will get it through cheating because Black Dragon's a cheater. He's a bad guy. All the bad guys cheat. That's what makes them bad guys. And then he runs away. It's probably a point that I've harped on before, but it's always just a thing with this game where if you select the result to be a victory by cheating, it precludes the cheater from also doing a post-match beatdown because I guess, you know, they are thinking of it along the lines of you cheated to barely get away with it, as opposed to you cheated in a way that you like used a weapon that completely devastated the person and the ref didn't see. And then afterwards, you continue to you go pick that weapon back up again and continue devastating your opponent. That's not what's happening right there, though. All right, a one-on-one. Oh no, here, yeah, one-on-one. Guest referee match. And Phil Woods will be the referee. Jerelle Clark and Doc Dean. No title on the line. The result will be a victory for Jerelle Clark. And it's going to be by unfair DQ. And afterwards, Doc Dean attacks Phil Woods. Oh my god, he's so mad at the manager. This is to continue that feud that they are all having. So there you go. And we have one more position in our little feud roster. How about a match involving Onyx that Todd Sexton interferes in? No clean results in today's card, as it turns out, but that's the way of things, I guess. Let's see, Onyx. I'm going to have you fight Dysfunction. Bean is either chuckling at something that's happening over there. She's chuckling at something that's happening over there. She is not fazed by the fact that I have Onyx fighting Dysfunction. She herself, of course, knows that Onyx and Dysfunction are both individuals. They are people. Onyx is not the rock type Pokemon that actually no, let's do this way. Let's make this a win for Onyx. It's not the rock type Pokemon that is attempting to bring order to the world by you know, getting rid of Dysfunction. Now then, there he is, Todd Sexton. And the aftermath will be Todd Sexton continuing his assault. Actually, how about a 2-on-1 on Onyx? Sexy, right? That'll continue a feud for sure. Now let's do an authority angle. Authority announces special guest referee. Or do we play that out? Multiple. Okay. So yes, authority announces special guest referee. Enigma announcing that special guest referee will be Phil Woods. Yeah. Also, let's have another authority angle here. Because I love me some authority angles, apparently. 2 versus 2 for the next big event. And that is going to be Enigma, of course, with Roderick and Cedric versus Louie and Robbie. There they are. Them old Moxie boys. Authority angle involving Enigma, Roderick, Cedric, Louie, Robbie. That's right, folks. That's what's happening. Let's have another interview segment here. Single worker with manager, Miss Vanessa for Doc Dean. You guys know how this is going now. It's interesting. I would complain myself if I were watching this product about how formulaic the show ends up being. But if people are enjoying this series, I will continue going on this way. I mean, obviously, these people could all be saying different things with each interview. You'd hope they would be. But that's a thing. Let's select the target of Doc Dean. Target sighted. Target eliminated. And now they've got their feud continuing to burl over. Hmm. Five, 6 and 6, 8. I could probably have Black Dragon versus Matt Classic ready to go at the end of the next pay-per-view, but maybe I'm pushing it too fast. Let me have Onyx do a promo here. Interview, single worker, Onyx. Talking about Todd Sexton. Continue the feud. Here we go. Angles. Manager angles. Manager has a cunning plan to discuss with his client. Phil Woods has a cunning plan to discuss with Jerelle Clark. You know what? She's very over. Why don't we just have... Let's see, if anybody can make one of these segments work, it should be Miss Vanessa. So let's see if Miss Vanessa walking backstage does anything. Everybody loves Miss Vanessa. She really perks up the show. So let's go ahead and start the show and see how it happens. Nick comes to the ring, announces that for the upcoming special guest referee match, the referee will be none other than Phil Woods. Out from the back comes Phil Woods wearing a referee shirt, who plays to the crowd from the entranceway. 2 boos. Of course, they didn't even know a special guest referee match was happening, but you know. Cedric Strong gained overness from this fantastic match, 86%. Crowd wasn't super into it because, I guess, the Philistines, they don't care about tag wrestlers. But overall, pretty good. Onyx is backstage talking about the feud with Todd Sexton. He's pretty good on the mic, considering. He's, you know, Jerelle Clark lost overness from talking with Phil Woods about his cunning plan. That's a shame. Dysfunction versus Onyx, considering their styles don't match up exactly, they put on a darn good match. The crowd was into it, so it's a pretty high overall rating. Miss Vanessa's walking backstage and people are losing their shit. 95% segment rating. Because Miss Vanessa, I guess they're watching her gams go. Woohoo! That's sex appeal. She's the only woman in the product right now, even though I signed like half a dozen women, but I got them in the developmental territory. They're probably not going to stay there long. Phil Woods backstage with Jerelle Clark, talking trash about Doc Dean. Sure. Black Dragon and Matt Classic have a good match, and the crowd's pretty into it, so it's a nice score. These are scores that I would have killed for back in the day, you know, so I shouldn't be too, you know, grumbly about them as things go by. Like right now, was a 79% match, and I'm like slightly disappointed, but come on. Phil Woods is calling for the bell. Doc brushes past him, and Phil Woods calls for the DQ because he touched him. All right. 78% show. That's a good show. Well, it's a good show. It's a jolly good show tonight. Overused Phil Woods at the last show. The fans started getting sick of seeing him. Ah, yeah, I suppose. He showed up in the guest referee sketch. He showed up in the cunning plan segment. He showed up in an interview. And he showed up in that match. That is 4. So, yes. Might be everybody. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This will fast forward us to the next week, at which point, you know, it'll be time to party arty arty. Like the Beach Patrol. Oh yeah, so Darren Smith, the guy who wrestled once with the guy who knows a guy that I know, their gimmick was they were the lifeguards. And when I found this out, I asked, "Oh, did they come out to the Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Hart hit Beach Patrol? We are the Beach Patrol. We like to party, party, party." And he said he did not believe so. He thought that they came out to the Baywatch theme. To which I was like, "Oh, cool. So when they ran to the ring, did they go out in slow motion?" And he said, "Wow, you really should have been their manager." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? I could have contributed." But that's how things work, everybody. That's actually not how they work. If that's how they worked, I would be a professional wrestling somebody. ROH Wednesday has been dropped by USA Network. Wow, guys. So now there isn't a TV show on. No, there's MLW Wednesday. On the Playboy channel in the Graveyard Shift. Okay. I may want to seriously consider getting another TV show going. Doc Dean versus Jerelle Clark. It's about ready to be ended. I guess 12 segments. I did it. Todd Sexton versus Onyx. This feud has been built up superbly. Apparently I didn't build this one up superbly. I guess I didn't because the heat of the feud started at 100 and then I've managed to chip it down to 89 by continuing to have segments about it in just the standard. Alright, there's Genesis. I've got to find a guy called Super Nintendo. Perhaps I could hire Super Nintendo Chalmers to come in and feud with this guy. Jerelle Clark, there you are. Yeah, his overness is down to 87. Poor guy. How is Onyx's overness? 77. Well, hopefully he'll get a bump from winning this feud. And this should be the last event, now that I think about it, before the pay-per-view. So, we've got that to look forward to, folks. Let's check the internet a little bit, just because I managed to go through that card pretty quick. Big Mac Smack. Numerous topics. I don't know who Big Mac Smack is, but... Also, SWF is still the most risque, and WWE is still the biggest one. The salsa is a Latin American dance. Oh, the Charleston's a lively dance of the 20s. So you can get multiple dances of the day. You can trick Jonathan Coachman just by telling him, oh, it's already been a day. You just paid heads to Japan because you heard there were fatties there. Sorry, folks. That was a joke from JG. He once convinced me that I should hire Justice Payne, and because he'd heard of him once in Indies somewhere, and said that he would be like my second biggest star because I'd already hired Tugboat, and so he's like, you need to put those two in a feud together because they're your biggest stars. Justice Payne could just come out and just start beating the crap out of Tugboat and yelling about how he hates fatties. I don't know that any of that actually has to do with Justice Payne. And Dutch Mantel, talking up a storm. Dutch Mantel now working as Zeb Coulter. I probably say that every time, and I hope that that's not getting to be irritating. And most of this stuff is the same. Except Ken Shamrock apparently had a relationship with Alicia Sama. So that's a thing. And their biggest guy is Chris Jericho. He's so big. 5 best American workers. One of them works the Indies. All the rest are in the WWE, including AJ Styles. Got to see AJ Styles. Oh, got to see AJ Styles at that house show I was talking about like an episode or two ago. That was very nice. I got to see a triple threat match for the IC title between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. So it's a nice combination there. Most talented worker who, for whatever reason, isn't over? Genesis. Well, it's because he's in my developmental territory. He's going to get over, folks. Don't you worry. Ooh, yeah. Conan, getting over without the skill. Everyone has to start somewhere. At one point, even Steve Austin, The Rock, and Hulk Hogan were nobodies, guys who nobody had ever heard of. That's what nobodies are. They dragged themselves from the bottom of the barrel and wound up in the entire top of wrestling. So who's next? Who's next? Who is currently where they were, right at the bottom, and looks poised to rise to the top? If I was a betting man, my money would be on Genesis, Vulture Championship Wrestling. The skills, while in need of honing, are there. Who knows what he can achieve? All that he needs is the right gimmick, a few memorable angles, some interview time, and that's it. We could be looking at the next world champion. He could become VCW champion, you never know. Hadn't heard of him before now? Neither had anyone else, but chances are you could be hearing a lot more of him in the future. Take it to the bank, people. Hardcore Kid. Good brawler, I guess. Great female wrestlers like Kumiko Indohara. Ohara! And the Battleground. Onyx has great techniques, so does Tactine. And our third best technical wrestler is in the development territory, as is our seventh best. That's just kind of weird the way that goes. Oh, we need to check the popularity of the Fed. It is stable at 57, but it is not increasing. That is bad. We need to increase our advertising budget, I guess. Maybe by however much money we will be able to afford here at the end of the month. So, that's a thing, everyone. Anyhow, this is Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. I want to thank everyone for watching, and when we come back next time, ta-da! It should be the last card before Mayday Massacre. Bye for now.